And now, Giant Sports Talk Live. Here are your hosts, Eric and Glenn.
All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Monday night edition of Giants Sports Talk Live. No Giants baseball, but hey, we'll still talk about Giants. I got for the title, San Francisco Giants fans, how you feeling? Yeah, we could get into that. We'll also talk about the upcoming series against the Milwaukee Brewers. All right, so how was your evening tonight there, Glenn, so far?
Not a bad evening. I was looking for a little on Robbie Ray.
Yeah.
Was looking at some stats heading into tomorrow's series opener with Milwaukee. I looked at games around the league today and just kind of what you would call puttering around today.
Look at that. Spencer Stewart, bold prediction. Giants won't lose today.
Take that to Vegas.
Going out on a limb. What's up, Rob? I see you out there. Caleb Rossi. What is up?
You know what I love when we go on, Eric? I look at the number of people in the chat. It goes 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Yeah.
It's like the odometer on the car, just firing it up now.
Caleb says, going to listen in here. Finally says NorCal isn't the same at the same time at 8:30. They have Sean Estes coming on, so it's going to be good. But good to be here until then. Hey, well, I'm glad that you're sticking around, Caleb. You know, go wherever your heart contents, man. But hey, go check out that interview we had yesterday with Matt Stairs. Pretty good interview.
That'll blow your socks off, the one we had yesterday.
Yeah, it was really good.
Sean Estes, isn't he the guy on NBC?
Yeah, NBC Sports Bay Area does the post games. Yep, pre and post.
I get my fill of that. So
I hear you. What's up, Asif? How's it going, man? Good to see you out there. I see Mike S. Of course, Spencer is out there. Grand Admiral, he is sad. He's been sad for the last week or so. What's up, Bogser? Oh, awesome. Thanks. Hey, Bogser, you asked a great question, man. I was happy to be able to put it up there for you so we could ask Matt Stairs some of the questions that you had. That was really good. I had a lot of fun doing that yesterday. That was good times.
What was good was he kind of, as I use the term, he called a spade a spade.
Yeah,
and he said he'd do that. He said he'd do that before we went there. He goes, you never know. He goes, sometimes I might let a F-bomb go or something, but he goes,
hey, if it happens, it happens.
If you get me wound up, he goes, I call it like I see it. That's why we asked him some kind of deep questions, asked him about, certain situations in his career and playing with certain players. And I liked what I learned about him playing over in Japan. I liked getting the whole synopsis of that. And I love the fact he said that in Japan, if you play hard and your numbers are at this level, you earn money at this level. But if your numbers next year have slipped and dipped and dived, so too does the check you cash on a Thursday afternoon. So to be honest, that's kind of cool, isn't it?
Isn't that common sense, though? That's the problem with the players' union right now because it is so strong. Everything is everything is guaranteed. There's no incentive. Look, if you're a fantastic player, awesome that you earn your money. I get it. But as soon as you get it, what is the incentive anymore? You have, hopefully, they want to continue their great play. But sometimes it may creep in people's mind, hey, I don't have to work as hard. I got my paycheck, blah, blah, blah. I like that. That's just me, but what are you going to do?
Yeah, and we've seen it before, Eric, the star players especially. You see guys who have huge numbers 2 or 3 years in a row. They sign the big mega deal, and then they come crashing. They're as good as an average to poor player, actually.
Yeah.
You take a look some night, guys. Take a look some night at Albert Pujols' number before he signed his mega deal.
Yeah, with LA. It's a big difference. And if you notice in his last year, all of a sudden he had this magical year because it was his last year. He had nothing necessarily to prove, but he wanted that. He wanted to go out with a bang. Whatever. It is what it is. Caleb says, you ask how we're feeling. Not good with the Giants team. Please give me some hope. What do you think? It's tough, Caleb. Honestly, with the way that the club is currently playing.
What are we talking about? Hope for next year? Hope for your spring training? What are we talking about?
What's the hope? Yeah, if you're looking for a hope for 2024, you're not going to find it, man.
No, because I already told you yesterday I've thrown in the towel.
You've thrown in the towel. You know what I'm saying? How about How about you just say, forget it. Let's just bring up Luciano, Matos, whatever. Just let him play out the rest of the season. Come on. You only got just about a month left, and that's it.
That's
so
right.
just play them. Again, maybe you could see something that you haven't seen before, and just do that, because I'm just tired of the way that the team is playing. It's inconsistent. You had a chance in Seattle. You blew your chances. You're going to go to play a better team in Milwaukee. Again, they're not mathematically eliminated, of course, but for me, it's done, and it sucks. And I think the biggest thing is the hope is going to be, what is next year going to bring, especially in the offseason. Is ownership going to, quote unquote, take the bull by the horns and make some drastic changes so that the team could be better? Or is it still going to be the same old? I mean, are we getting Farhan back? Or I don't know.
Yeah, Eric, I honestly think we're a few moves away from being a much more competitive team. Look at what we fielded this year in the youth and how they've contributed. So next year we'll have Jung Hoo back. You'll have him in center. You're going to have to shift some guys over to left and right. Maybe Yaz plays a lot less.
I would say guaranteed it's going to be Lee and Ramos, definitely, with Ramos in the corner and Lee in center, 100%.
Yeah,
the question's going to be, is that third outfielder?
I think you'll have McRae in left if he keeps playing like this.
I think so.
McRae, Lee in center, Ramos in right. And maybe, this shouldn't surprise you either, but maybe they have Ramos and they have Yaz, and there's your platoon, Eric. But then
Yaz is a fourth outfielder.
Then if they platoon, it's going to piss a lot of people off, because look at the numbers: 20 home runs already, Eric, and a very, very abbreviated season for Ramos. So to say he could be a platoon player would be ridiculous, but that's the way they roll the dice over there, Eric.
Yep. Brent Henley says Ramos DH. Hey, I got a better DH. You're going to love this one. Hey, you're going to love this idea. I've been floating it around because I love getting excited. For me, this is just me. I like to get excited. I know it's not going to happen, guys. And I think you know where I'm going with this. If you've been watching the show for the last couple of weeks, you know where I'm going. Rob C is kind of sniffing around it. I think if you want to get a legit DH, just open up the bank and go get Juan Soto. Why not? Why not? Gosh dang. Right? Why not? Gosh dang it, man. I'll say it again. I don't know what his priority is in a contract. Is it money? Is it being the guy? Is it being on a competitive team? Is it about his stats? Whatever it is. But could you imagine? Look at this. Would that be nice, though? I mean, depending on what McRae does, because I like what McRae's doing right now. Doesn't mean it's going to be, he's got to play a lot longer. But if you had Ramos and Lee and McRae and at the corner, let's just say, yeah, I know. Come on, man. Come on, man.
You saw that, did you?
Yeah, I saw. I saw that. If you want to have Chapman in third base, okay, I could go with that, because then you got Fitzgerald at short. Second base could be addressed. First baseman will eventually be Bryce Eldridge, right? Eventually, Bryce Eldridge will be your first baseman. Look, are the Giants going to do anything next year? Probably not. Even though if you get Soto, yes, his arm is excellent, Brent. You're absolutely right. Even though, if you sign Soto next year and you don't go nowhere, that's fine, because you're probably gonna see Bryce Eldridge towards the end of the season next year, maybe before, depending on what happens. Mm-hmm. And yes, I agree with that, Mark. I don't think McRae has established himself yet. He still needs some more playing time. I'm liking what I'm seeing, but you got to keep with it. Keep with it. Let's see what he can do. But you got Bryce Eldridge at first. You got Bailey behind the dish, and then you also signed freaking Corbin Burns. I still think Snell's walking, guys. I honestly think Snell's going to walk. And you go sign, and then if he walks, then you go get Corbin Burns. Because then you got something going on there. Because I think Ramos is legit, right? Come on. Can we all agree? Ramos is legit in that lineup. If you get Soto in there, Chapman as a piece, not to work. Look, there are some people that say, hey, build around Chapman. No, you don't build around Chapman. You build around someone like Ramos. You build like someone around Juan Soto. Hey, Juan Soto and Ramos might actually get along, to be honest with you. They're both about the same age. Granted, one is he already has a World Series ring and he's got all these accolades, but could you imagine Soto and Ramos in the same lineup? That would just be I would love it. And then Fitzgerald. I mean, I'm not going to poo-poo on Fitzgerald. Adjust second base. See, now that gets me excited about next year. This year, done, man. Forget about it. Put the fork in them. It's over. But let's look. But again, first and foremost, guys, it's going to have to be a change at the president of baseball operations, GM, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Mark. You got to get rid of Farhan. That's the first and foremost. Before any of this gets done, before any of it gets done, do I think Soto's not going to come here. But look, for me, if I'm just thinking about it, putting something together, if that's all it requires is some damn money, Giants have plenty of money. I already went off on this before. If you can afford to spend billions in the Mission Rock and return multi-billions with the completion of it, come on. CBT should be nothing.
Eric,
CBT should be nothing.
Ownership is starting to feel very comfortable not spending money.
True.
You can't allow them, you know what? Sooner or later, the fans have to speak up. You can't allow them to feel comfortable the way this is going.
But what
and they are.
What is it going to? It's going to take, unfortunately, a bottom out or the bottom falling out of the real estate market for them to start listening to fans. Because right now they're making hand over fist without the fans. Come on, look at the price of tickets to go see a game in the Giants right now. It's a pretty bargain basement prices to go watch a game if you want to catch a game. Yeah. So I don't think they're really. I mean, don't get me wrong. You're still making money because the damn ballpark's paid for. So everything they're bringing in is going to be profit. And I'm just tired of seeing. I don't want to see a multi-billion-dollar company who's making billions off of real estate go on the cheap because you don't want to compete with the likes of the Dodgers, the Yankees, the Mets, hell, even the Padres. The Padres are making the Giants look like a small market team. Come on, man. The Padres? Really? Goodness gracious, man. Exactly. Mark Ray's perfect. McGowan. I miss the owners of McGowan. And the other guy, I think we talked Newcomb, the guy that they pushed out. They were fans of the game. They were fans of the team. But they only had so much money. But the team now, I mean, the ownership now are making hand over fist of money. More so than what McGowan was probably making, if you think about it, especially with that Mission Rock. Come on, man. Don't sit there and cry us that you're poor when we know what the hell you're doing across the water over there in right field. Give me a break. But hey, that's how I feel. And it's all about next year. This year, forget about it. It's done. Robbie Ray's probably going to be out. He's at least going on it. What is it for a pitcher? Is it 15 or a 10 day? I can't remember. I think is it 15? I think it's 15 day for pitchers and 10 days for position players, right? Something like that. I definitely think he's going to at least hit the IL. How long is he going to stay on it? Who knows?
Here's a question for you, Eric.
Yeah, what's up?
There's a degree of bitterness,
disappointment.
But it's all coming from the East Bay. Every time I go over to an Oakland Gays game, Oakland A's game, I need a sip of Pepsi. Hold on.
Is that where Licky Lopez plays?
Licky Lopez. Yeah. So I go over to a game in Oakland. Let's leave it at that. Over in Oakland, you know where I'm talking about, at the Coliseum. Gotcha. Every third person over there has got a green shirt on, and it says sell. Or Fisher sucks. Here, there's nobody.
Not that.
Nobody caught up in any disappointment. Nobody caught up. They still show up. I know I'm the casual fan. I like to go, and I enjoy baseball, Eric. When we're out of it, I'm just still going to have my season tickets, and I'm still going to go to the ballpark.
Still enjoy watching baseball, right?
I get outdoors early evening, nice and cool in the Bay Area. And I enjoy my night out, and I'm not gonna be disappointed about that.
No.
But the fact that everyone just seems to, unless Unless you're talking about our chat, all right? Now, you guys know what you're talking about, all right? We appreciate that. You guys bring it every night. You're feeling the pain. But the average Joe over at the ballpark, they're content. Not like Oakland. Oakland's a little more blue collar, Eric. Blue collar.
Answer me this, Glenn, because you go to a lot of these games. Do you see fans out there that have similar thoughts as we do?
No.
Really? They're just they're hunky dory.
I mean, they're a little, they have an opinion, but they don't bring it like us.
Interesting.
Okay, what do you think of the team? Maybe next year. There's never I never hear Farhan. When I mention them, and they're like, "Oh no, it's not that. No, it's not management. Management brings the players in. They got to play." I'm like,
it's funny when I meet Giants fans around here, when I'm going along my day, whether it's shopping or do whatever, and I see a guy with a Giants hat, I'll go up to him, talking about Giants, and I'll ask him, things will be better once you get Farhan. And about 9 out of 10 times, I'm getting, yep.
No,
he's got to go.
Me. Not at the ballpark. Too many people over there taking their kids. It's a night out, graduation gift. Friday night, all your friends from the office are there, and you're just worried about drinking beers and a night out. Not even watching the ball game, Eric.
Yeah, well, Mark says it perfectly here. He goes, now, not counting you, Glenn, the casuals don't care about the team. They just want to buy cheap tickets and enjoy their time at the park. Exactly. It's not about the baseball. That's the issue that I have. If you want to go out there and enjoy the scenery, so be it. That's your prerogative. But if you're going to, for me, if I'm going to watch a ball game, I want to watch baseball. I'm not going there to look at the Bay Bridge or the city. There's plenty of other, locations in the city to be able to do that stuff.
Find a video on YouTube.
Right. Yeah. Something, and that's the problem.
Eric, I'll take it a step further. When I'm over at the ballpark, and when you got to go, you got to go.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, I can get a game in, come home, go to the bathroom, get ready for the show, and away we go.
Mm-hmm.
But over there, I see the same people going up the stairs, and then they're going back down the stairs, and then they're back up the stairs and down. I call myself a casual fan, but I watch it like it's playoff baseball, Eric. The pitcher gets the ball back. And certain pitchers have their style, like an umpire has his style. I watch certain players get the ball back and they flip it to the hand. And I watch every move on the field. As the pitcher gets the sign, I watch every pitch like it's the most important pitch of the game. Like it's a chess match and each move is a pitch. And nobody's watching. I'm looking around. I'm like, nobody's riveted like I am. Nobody's riveted to this. Like, oh my God, you missed 5 runs. Yeah, I was down getting a hot dog and another, cotton candy. Like, I come to watch the baseball. I load up on the snacks before the game.
Right.
I don't get it, Eric. That is why, like I say, in my section, there's 3 or 4 people. There's a girl who goes to college here, an Asian girl. She goes to all of the games. And I said, geez, you're here all the time. She goes, yeah, my dad and I would go to watch games in, I think it was Japan. And she's the same way. Like almost to the point, like I don't talk to her during the inning and vice versa. And, when the inning's over, she'll say something to me about the inning or about how well the White Sox seem to be playing or the Blue Jays are playing, but we don't talk during the game. It's like, all right, hang on. And I'm back. I'm watching like a tennis match. They pitch, back to the pitcher, out to the outfield, back to the pitcher. It's Eric, I don't know. I guess you'll see it on Sunday, Eric. You and I are going to be at the ballpark Sunday with some of our regulars in the chat. You're going to see it, Eric, that the fans are mulling about, and it's more important to get there early and get your bobblehead and then go home. I'm like, we see people walking down the street in front of our condo here with a bag of bobbleheads. They didn't even stay for the game, Eric.
They just went to go get the prize so they could go. They're going out and flip that stuff right on eBay, man.
Yeah, it's like buying your Cracker Jacks and you pouring the Cracker Jacks out just to get the prize inside.
Yeah.
I don't know. Guys, I love baseball. And I don't care if, growing up on the East Coast, I was lucky because bedtime, you get into bed and you put on the TV and you get 2 West Coast teams. I didn't care if it was Milwaukee at Anaheim or it was Pittsburgh and Seattle. I didn't care. It was late night ball. I got to watch baseball and doze off. That was the end of my day, watching the game. And nobody, just Eric, I don't know if it, part of me feels like it's the times we live in that you can look up scores instantly on this thing.
True.
You have instant access to anything you want. I used to appreciate watching a game of the week. Now I can watch any inning of any game. My phone will alert me. Oh, Giants have just hit a home run. Click here to watch it. What? Everything is instant, where I appreciated your one opportunity to see it when I was younger.
Here's another thing.
And same with stats. Stats, Eric. I actually had to read the box scores.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that anymore.
How about, no, you don't. And here's another thing. It's a great point. A couple of things, as a matter of fact, by both of our guests yesterday. One from Matt Stairs yesterday and another one from Scott. Matt Stairs talked about the prices are just getting absolutely ridiculous. If you want to take a family of 4 to a baseball game, granted, the Giants right now, because of the way that they're kind of playing, you could probably find some good deals. But if you go watch a good team, you're going to be paying out the nose to enjoy a baseball game. It wasn't like that in the past. Another thing, what Scott was saying, the older he has gotten, the less he wants to deal with the traffic and all this other crap. Because the best seat in the house is right there in your front room watching a game. Did. So maybe it's a combination of all this stuff. It's a combination of all this stuff, maybe.
Eric, if I didn't live where I live, a block down the street, I wouldn't be at every game.
You see? Right.
I'd be content to sit back. And I'll tell you something else, Eric. This is how much of a fan of sports I am. I never go to a Super Bowl party.
No.
Because you know what a Super Bowl party is? It's a party in that room and the big screen TV over there. Nobody's watching.
No one's watching it.
And I'm the only guy. I'm like, shut the hell up. I'm watching the game. And it's a party. A Super Bowl party has nothing to do with the suit. It's just an excuse.
It's a
party on a Sunday afternoon once a year. And these guys, that's why I stay home to watch the Super Bowl, because I watch every play of each quarter like it's the last play of the game, Eric. And similar to baseball, people aren't as in tune with it. And yeah, Scott, by the way, he messaged me around 5:30 this afternoon. Wanted to say thank you to me. Thanks to Eric as well. He said he would come on next time we need him.
Right on, man. I liked him. He was awesome.
We wanted to talk ball with him. He said
maybe talk collectibles as well.
Yeah, he said he really enjoyed coming on the show. So
awesome.
That's awesome. Matt was Matt actually. He said he's game. And he's the kind of guy though I want to break out, once or twice a year, just do something special. He's not. Matt Stairs to me isn't your everyday kind of guest.
Yeah, you don't want to bring home every day. Exactly.
No,
maybe during the post game, maybe during the postseason, and then wait till again in the off season. Yeah, how about this?
Maybe you line him up. Like it's Game 7 of the World Series. Matt, come on. Well, again, see, you're dealing with guys on that. That's the difficult thing here on the West Coast, gentlemen and girls, is that we want to get guests on, but it's 1:30 in the morning.
They all have to be West Coast. Yeah, if you want to get East Coast guys, it's
Bernice brought that up to me today, Eric. We were driving home. We spent a lot of time in Daly City. So we went over there and got a snack, and we were wandering around one of the malls. She wanted to go to Ross's and a few little knickknacks. And she said, when you go to your mom and dad's, my mom and dad are still alive, and we try to get over there once a summer for a week or two. She said, wait a second. When you go to your mom and dad's, is Eric aware that the show, if the Giants are playing at home, is going to get underway for you at 2:30 in the morning? I go, She says, what do you think? Would Eric be mad if you just bow out after?
It would be this. This is what it would be. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Giant Sports Talk Live. It's me, Eric, as Glenn is in Canada. And I got it. Here we go. That's how it's going to be. That's
a late start. So you know what it's like for our guests when you call again. That's why when Matt was like, yeah, I'll come on your show. I said, how about Sunday? Because you can come on at like late afternoon, but you're going to be going on 8, 9 o'clock at night. He goes, Works for. Let's do it this Sunday and get it. He was like, get it over with.
Yeah, exactly. Why not?
Perfect opportunity.
Hiroku comes out and says, the rumors of Chapman is making me angry. Don't make me angry. 4 years for 100 million or 5 for 125. What say you, Glenn?
No, I think by the time you've rebuilt the team, then he's no longer part of your future.
Pretty much, right?
Do you think
I say 3 years? I like 3 years.
They can rebuild and compete. And I'll use the term. They don't even like that term over there for some reason. Rebuild. When they retool and want to try to compete, not just for a playoff spot, to be a legitimate contender, Eric. Do you think Matt Chapman will even figure in that? I don't. I don't think next year is the year.
How about 3 for 60? 360. 3 years, 60 million. 20 million a year?
Yep.
If you have to go 23, I guess what is that then? Closer to 70. 3 for 70? 3 for 70? I would be okay with that. 3 for 70? I'm fine with that because after that third year, it could get ugly.
I see Alive Insurance steals my thunder. I saw other networks and the radio. Yes! I heard KMBR talking about WNBA and how that's going to. Now, I was the guy who brought that up, and now they're on KMBR 95.7 talking about it. That was me who unleashed that, Eric. I said that if they don't pull up their britches, that other organizations, other leagues, other entertainment dollars
are going to pull. They're going to pull.
Yeah. Going to feel the pinch.
Yep.
Yes, indeed, Alive. I brought that to the table, and now I know other networks are talking about it. I heard it on the radio today, as a matter of fact, when we were out in the truck. And
Greg,
I said,
yes, 3 years, but he can't be your fourth spot in the lineup. 100%. Chapman is not
Eric, he's going to fall to 6 or 7.
Look, if you got a good lineup, 100%. Yes, 6th or 7th. 6th or 7th.
I heard this line today on the radio too. So true. So true.
Yes, Evan Longoria. It said that. That's the perfect comp. That's
true.
what you're looking at getting. Now, don't get me wrong. Chapman's defense will probably be better than Longoria's, but the bat will probably be about the same, approximately, maybe a little bit better. I mean, if you think about it, Chapman's having an okay year. He's having an okay year. I'm not going to say it's like spectacular, but it's okay. It would be even much better if you had a better lineup that was surrounding him. I mean, I shouldn't say surround him, that he should be surrounding. It would be way better. It would be way better.
But Eric, when we signed, you know what? I got caught up in it. I got to admit, it was mid-December. Trade talk started. Evan Longoria signs. I thought, that's pretty good. But it's another case of the Giants going out and signing an aged veteran, thinking that he's just going to, flip on a dime and lead the team to victory. Didn't happen, Eric. And it won't happen. Keeping running out, signing aged veterans who've already had their moment in the sun.
True. Heckmo says Matt Chapman is a top 3 player for us and top 3 at his position. You don't want, absolutely. I just don't want him for more than 3 years. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Wait a sec. He's a top 3 player for us. Top 3?
Yeah, in the lineup. Yeah, he is. On this current roster, he is 100%.
Ramos,
100%. Ramos, Fitzgerald, maybe.
I'd say Fitzgerald,
and then Chapman. And who else? Yeah, it ain't Conforto. It ain't Yaz. It ain't Casale. It ain't Wade.
Well, you may call him Eric. You may call you and Heckmo. You guys can call him top 3. But if I'm putting together a fantasy team and there are players on the Giants available, he's not in my top 3, Eric.
In the current roster right now in the Giants, he is.
He's not my top 3.
Who is your top 3?
Moving forward?
No. Right now. Talking about right now. He's in it. He's Eric, in it right now.
If this is our conversation on a Monday night, on an off night, if he is our top 3 on this crappy lineup, then you know what? Yeah, I guess if he's as good as it gets in our top 3, then that's why.
That's what I'm saying. That's why this year. It's next year. Because if he was as good and as fantastic as everyone's saying, then the Giants should be in the playoff hunt, right?
I still would have traded him. I would have got rid of Snell. Would have been the first to go. Chapman would have
Snell and Duvall
loaded him, and
Snell and Duvall 100%. And if you could have got something for Chap
and Wade, I think if I could have got rid of Wade, knowing all well and fine that I'm bringing in. I'm going after. They have to go after a first baseman. They have to bring in a qualified.
They got one. They got Bryce Eldridge. He's coming up
next year.
If not next year, the year after. But you have to. But that's fine.
Yeah.
Look, the Giants are not going to be able to do this every single year. They're not in a position right now to continually compete every single year. Honestly, they got to do what Farhan was supposed to do when he first got hired and reform this team. We didn't even have. Where was the rebuild?
Eric,
we're supposed to come in and rebuild, and we're still rebuilding.
But look, he's a great all-around player, just miscast in this team. The people in Toronto couldn't wait. They would have traded him for a bat rack. They couldn't wait to get rid of him, Eric.
But he was pretty bad in Toronto, honestly. He's playing better here in San Francisco than he did in Toronto.
I'm still cutting him loose.
You know what, though?
20 for 3, 20. I'll do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 3 years. Look, I don't want to sign the guy to a 5-year deal. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong.
Eric, I wouldn't give him a 3-year deal. I'd say if he wants to come back and it was a 1-year deal, I'll give him a 1-year deal.
Oh, I'm done with the 1-year deals.
What you want him? You want him longer term?
I'm okay.
I don't even want him at all, and you want him longer term?
Well, this is what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying here. If you're able, for some reason, and this is all predicated on
I like that.
irrational decisions. This is going to be irrational. But if you can score Juan Soto.
Oh, right? Here we go with the Juan Soto again.
Yes, I'm going to go Juan Soto. I hate to do it, but I mean, that's the only, honestly, if the Giants, what else can the Giants do? Honestly, in the offseason, what else can the Giants do to make this team contenders within a couple of years? What can the Giants do in this offseason to make this team be able to compete with the Dodgers, the Mets, the Braves, hell, Arizona, and San Diego? How do you get this club comparable to beating these teams?
You're going to go get a first baseman, a second baseman. I prefer a new third baseman. Maybe an outfielder. Soto could be your DH outfielder. We won't even talk with the outfield. First, second, third. You're looking at your entire infield for the most part, except for Fitzgerald.
Okay.
And despite what Farhan says, you go out and you get another starting freaking pitcher.
You have to. You're going to have to get another starting pitcher because Snell's going to walk. But if he doesn't walk, that means they're signing him to a long term. Okay. So
regardless, are you going to go back into next year saying, well, we lost out last year in Robbie Ray, but he'll be healthy again. He'll be healthy. Like we did with Cobb. Cobb will be ready. April, he'll be middle of April, became May, became like they traded him, and he's still not pitching in Cleveland, Eric. So you got to get another starting pitcher, a guy who's going to give you innings and eat innings and be healthy. Or, you know what? Health is always that.
So tell me though,
factor,
explain this to me. What do you do? Let me ask the chat. What do you guys got that is going to make this team better in the offseason? Tell me what you could do. Tell me. It's probably going to take a couple of to be honest with you, it's going to take a couple of off seasons to get to the team where it needs to be. So you tell me, guys, what else can you do? If you for some reason, if you cannot sign Juan Soto, what is the way forward for the Giants? Are you just going to wait until every single prospect pans out? Because look, while it's nice to be able to build your organization through the farm, that's fantastic. But is the Giants farm powerful enough to be able to compete with the Dodgers, the Mets, the Braves, the Diamondbacks, the Padres? For that matter, Pittsburgh's on the rise. Cincinnati is on the rise. So what are you going to do? What will be your solution? Explain that to me. You're going to have to hit on free agency somewhere. You have to.
Plus, Eric, I guess it's not even a rumor. Plus, next year, apparently, the Dodgers are going to go out and sign the best free agent pitcher.
Roki Sasaki. He's going to go be a Dodger.
Get richer. We keep diddling around with
what's up, Rox?
Minor league contracts and bargain basement signings.
So what are you going to do?
That's why we don't compete. Eric, that's why we don't compete. Why do the Dodgers compete? They pinpoint
they open up
they want. They go out and get them.
They go out and get them. And they have a front office who's not afraid to spend some money. They got an ownership who's not afraid to spend money. You have a president of baseball operations who knows how to draft and develop. Not only draft and develop, he knows what guys he wants to trade and don't want to trade to also hit it on the trade. Because look, a lot of the talent that they've gotten has been through trades. Look at they've gotten Scherzer and Trey Turner and Mookie Betts. Gosh, who else have they gotten through? Tyler Glasnow. They've gotten all these excellent MLB players through trades because they knew how to draft. They knew who to identify and not to identify and be able to make those moves. Additionally, they're able to open up their pocketbooks and spend that money on free agency. They can do it. They have the formula in how to be able to put together a competitive roster year after year. That's why for the last decade, they've been winning the division minus 2021. Gosh dang, man, they're doing something right. Look, have they won the big one? No. 2020, whatever. But come on, you have to be at the same level or better than the Dodgers. If you want to compete with these types of teams. Do you want to? Or are you satisfied? Tell me this, chat. Are you guys satisfied with going, hey, let's just try to get into a wild card and see what happens? Does that sound like a good plan to you guys? Does that sound like competitive baseball? Yeah, come on, man.
That's losing baseball.
That's losing baseball. That's what I'm tired of. If you want to compete, you got to be able to go out there and compete. And that means spending some money, hitting on the draft continually every year. Look, not just have a good draft here and a good draft there. Every single year, you got to hit on a draft. You got to be able to have the negotiation skills to be able to get trades done.
Speaking of trades, they're saying trade for Bo Bichette. I say that's a no-go, Eric. We have our shortstop in place.
Yeah, we got Fitzgerald.
We do not need Bo Bichette, a guy who's not hitting and can't hit and hasn't stayed healthy. Vladdy Guerrero, on the other hand.
Ooh, I don't see Blue Jays moving off him. Do you think so?
50 on him.
I don't see it. He's a young guy. They're going to build around Vladdy. They're not going to get rid of him unless they're totally breaking it down.
He'll be 26.
Yeah, see,
that's not old by any stretch.
No, that's still plenty.
And when he gets hot, I just think he'd be great in our roster. But I wouldn't give up the farm for him either. I think there's going to be free agents. There's going to be signings available, Eric, that can make this team a hell of a lot better.
Okay.
Without giving, not blowing up what we necessarily have as far as the players we can pencil in for next year. If somebody come after us and said, I want to get right now, Eric McRae would be off the table for my club. I want him playing a full season next year. The way he has played initially out of the gate, I like his speed, his enthusiasm.
He's got fire in him.
That bat.
He's got some fire.
Average. If he's, I think, given enough at bats, I think he's going to have a steady average.
You think so? I think he's all guts, no glory. I think he's going to be one of those guys that swings for the fences but strikes out a lot. He's one of those typical guys. Yeah, I think so. Because he strikes out quite a bit. He does strike out.
Never happy with anybody, so.
But no, honestly, I just want to see just more of what he can do. We don't know. Honestly, he's only been playing for 2-3 weeks, and that's it.
That's why he's going to play down the stretch.
Yes.
That's why I said to you last night, I said, I'll be pissed. September 1st, what I said, you could rerun the tape, Eric. Last night I said, Eric, if September 1st rolls around and they call up two guys that I've never heard of, I may run down the street, Berry Street, over to the complex myself and be pro. You ever see the big picket signs at a union protest? I may have the picket sign outside. Because they got to let Eric, if we're going to bring guys up next year to play, we got to know if they can play. And if we're out, it is the time.
Oh,
it is the time. Luciano, September 1st, Eric, should be playing in every game all year. Screw the platoon. He should be playing every game.
A Giant Sports Talk Live hot take from Mike.
This works out well. Mike S. 2026 lineup. Lee in center, Ramos on right, Soto on left, Vladdy DH, Eldridge at first base, Chapman at third base, Kim at shortstop, Bailey at catcher. That right there, my friend, you are cooking with gas right there.
Oh, absolutely.
You are on fire.
Is it gonna happen?
There you go.
No.
There you go.
They won't get Kim, they won't get Vladdy, and they won't get Soto.
That would be awesome. Now, Vladdy may be a reach because it's going to have to be a trade. But holy crap! But you definitely could get Soto. Eldridge is in your.
See, I don't like that term. You say they definitely can get him. They can't definitely get him.
They can,
Eric.
Yes, they can. You know why I say that?
Not even for the money.
You give me a damn checkbook, and I'll write out the amount, and then he'll be here.
You think?
I think so. But what the Giants can't do is if the damn Yankees are offering him 500, the Giants don't come in. I will give you 505 million. No, you come in and you say, I'm gonna give you 560. Something like that. You got to blow them out, man. You can't be done. It's not impossible. You just got to have the right people running the show to get it done. That's what you have to do.
That's exact. Luciano should be in right now, Eric.
I don't know. Here, let's take a look. Let's see what he's doing in AAA. Because is that guy a bust, man? Is he a bust? Because
so that's what you gotta let him play. Eric, let him play.
Then again, that's the issue.
Out of the organization if need be.
Let's see, because you got to be able to do it. Look, does the minor leagues tell the story? No, it doesn't. You could absolutely rake in AAA, AA. You get to the major leagues and you could fall flat. But don't you want to see some kind of success in the minor leagues to be able to dictate whether or not this guy's got something?
But Eric, when you're talking that kind of money, and we've already seen it. We've already seen it though. Yankees, Mets, 500 million. We go 650. He still can. Eric, a man can live on 500 million.
You have to blow him away.
If he don't want to play here, if he says I can earn 500 million and win, he'd be a fool not to take 500 million and win.
Yeah.
Does he need the 150 more to lose on the West Coast? He's played in San Diego. He knows what goes on here, Eric. It's not like this is, this is a desert island somewhere. Where am I at? He knows about San Francisco.
But how about this?
The word is out. The word is out in Major League Baseball,
but you know
Eric.
what? But there's a difference. Look, in New York, is Soto the guy in New York right now? No, he's not. Mr. Aaron Judge is the man in New York.
Does New York compete year in, year out?
They do, but hold on, listen. No, I'm going a different route here. Take what the team's doing. Let's look at ego here. Was Soto the man in Washington? Nope. You know who it was? Bryce Harper. Was he the man in San Diego? Nope. That was Fernando Tatis Jr. Was he the man, or is he the man in New York? Nope. It's Aaron Judge. Would he be the man in San Francisco? 100% would he be the man in San Francisco. No doubt about it. Juan Soto would be a huge superstar in San Francisco. If that is what he desires, if it's his ego, then San Francisco is the place. Can he be the man? The Giants have the money to do it.
Okay, Eric, got a question for you. I'm serving this one up to you. I'm volleying back. All those other players. Soto is about like 8th or 9th in line among the stars we've had come through here we can sign Bryce Harper. No, we didn't. We can sign Aaron Judge. No, we didn't. What makes you think that if we have had no success signing anybody else, that all of a sudden, the money's going to talk and, he'll want to play here?
I don't know. The difference will have to be the Giants decide to just blow them out of the water with money. That's it. That's the only thing that the Giants have right now. The Giants have two things: the money and the ability to be the guy. The only reason why I'm talking about it, because hey, Michael, answer me this. How did the Giants what do you think it takes for the Giants to start competing with the likes of the Dodgers, the Padres, the Diamondbacks, the Braves? How did the Giants do that?
Can I answer that, Eric?
Go for it. I want to hear what the chat.
You signed Dodger-esque talent.
Dodger-esque
talent. You don't fiddle around with cheap contracts. If you want to compete with the big boys, you put on the big boy pants and you write the big boy checks.
And guess what? The
and
Giants are big boys.
Boy talent.
Yes, I agree. That's the issue that I'm saying. Because if you don't do that, the Giants are stuck. The Giants are going to be stuck in mediocrity if you can't go out there and get a Juan Soto type player. It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. And look, I know I keep harping on Soto. Do I think the Giants could get him? No. But do I think is there a path forward? 100% there's a path forward. But it's all up to whether or not the Giants can figure out a way to lure him over here. Whether it's money, whether it's marketing him to be the guy. Now, if it's, hey, we're going to compete right now for a World Series, ain't happening. The Giants can't do that. It's going to be more of a, hey, in we'll say 3 years, yeah, then we're talking. But if he's looking for championships, then San Francisco is not the place for him. That's the only place where the Giants can't. They can't. And if he's a guy that's like numbers chasing, San Francisco may not be the place. But if he's looking for stardom and money, San Francisco's the place.
Well, this is then, Eric, why I feel like we're chasing our tail. This goes back to management. You think, Eric, if we haven't done it before, what makes you think that spring training next year will be looking?
You know why? This is because I think I'll tell you why. Because they've had 5 years of losing. So what's going to have to happen is ownership is going to go. If they have any kind of competitive spirit in their freaking bones, they're going to go, I'm tired of freaking losing. It's time to change course. That's what it's going to have to take. And if ownership doesn't have that within, then forget about it.
They're going to have to. They're going to have to.
Yeah.
But are they going to? That is the question.
That's the question. That's the $64,000 question, Glenn. 100%.
Yep.
100%.
And I am of the side and the reasoning that if they have no interest in it now, Eric, I think it's a pipe dream to think that next year is going to be this. Holy crap. Look, why didn't he do this sooner? Look what he built in 1 year. Wow.
The only difference is the ownership has to come to realization that it's not working and they have to take a different path. It has to. But if they have that change, things will happen.
I don't think they will. I don't think they will.
And they may
not. Live Insurance is bringing it hot tonight, man. Look at this.
That's the issue, though. Farhan has to be gone. You don't do this with Farhan at the helm. 100%.
Yeah, and Justin has a great take. Look, you're not spending $10 million on that right field position, and Chapman another $20 million. There's money that could be better spent, Eric. And why I think this isn't going to change is you should already be looking at next year. Why the hell did we not trade our starting pitcher for talent?
Don't know.
For next year. Stop living in the past and living in the present, which is not successful. Look at a positive future.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only way we're going to get out of this is build for the future. And if it means sucking the worst team in baseball, so be it, Eric. Get rid of it all and blow it up. Be the bottom of the heap. Be a Colorado for 2 years and see what you can build.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be a hell of a lot better than we got now.
Oh, Heckmo brings up an interesting point. Alonso plus Chapman, I think it's possible. Surround them with as many young athletic players as you can.
Here's another guy.
Here's the thing, though.
Polar bear in the plate. There's your first baseman.
But no, because you got Eldridge coming. You don't want to block Eldridge.
You always throw Eldridge to block every idea I've got.
Yeah. But here's the problem with Alonso, though, because the Mets are on a roll right now. He may want us wind up staying the Mets. And remember, who owns the Mets?
Yeah, Mr. Moneybags.
Now, the only thing I could think of is if they let Alonso go, then the Mets are going to sign Juan Soto. Who would you rather have, Alonso or Juan Soto? Answer me that. Who would you rather have? Alonso? What?
Yeah. That's why I would have been trading him.
But he's going to be a free agent.
Soto or Alonso?
Yes. Come on. He's younger. He's a better player. Soto. Yeah. Because
Soto.
Yes. Correct.
For some reason, I was thinking Snell.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to go get Alonso when you have the ability to go get Soto.
Yeah. I was reading a comment. I was reading a comment in the chat here, Eric, and I got confused. But you said Soto, I thought Snell, and that was this one. Farhan didn't want to break up the best rotation in baseball.
Yes.
This organization continues to kid itself and try to, treat us to, geez, Eric. What are they giving out mushrooms at the door going to these games? Everybody living in a fantasy, a dream world?
Michael says Eldridge is, I don't think Eldridge is 2 to 3 years.
I think he's 2 to 3 years.
That dude is fast tracking. He's tearing it up in Eugene. You may see him at the end of next year. And I guarantee, I bet you see him. If he keeps his trajectory, he'll be up in 2026 starting the season.
Eric, do me a favor.
Yeah.
Let's jump into it. Out of town scoreboard time. I want to find out what else is going on in a quiet day for us, but there's action elsewhere.
Let's do it, man. That's what I'm talking
And now, a Giant Sports Talk Live scoreboard update.
All right, here we go. Let me refresh this. What do we got on the docket? We got a final in Boston. Blue Jays beat the Red Sox 4-1. Danny Jansen made MLB history by playing for both teams in the same game. How about that?
You know what?
Pretty neat.
An asterisk. I heard that earlier today. Went, yeah, BS. That's yeah. He suited up for one team 4 months ago.
And then they suspended it. Yeah, they suspended the game, and then
he didn't have to go and take one jersey off and put the other on during the game or anything, Eric.
Yeah. I got you. All right, here we go.
Although, can I share this with you, Eric?
Go for it.
I was doing a broadcast of a game one night in Sydney, Nova Scotia, and it was in the American Hockey League. The teams were the Cape Breton Oilers, the Edmonton minor league affiliate, and the Quebec Nordiques minor league affiliate, which was the Halifax Citadels, they were called. Halifax put a whomping on us. Can't remember the score, obviously. That was like 25 years ago, Eric. But the goaltender, his name was Ron Tugnut, went to the National Hockey League, played about 16, 17 years. It was a not a home and home, but it was a back-to-back nights. So Halifax was playing in Sydney, beat Sydney. They had to play the next night at Center 200. That game was being played on the day of the trade deadline. Quebec dealt him to the Edmonton Oilers.
Oh, no kidding.
The next night, he suited up in the same building and played his old team, and he beat them. So he won back-to-back nights for two different teams.
That's funny.
To me, was more meaningful. That was pretty damn cool.
That's pretty cool.
Down the whole season.
That's pretty damn cool, man.
Yeah.
That's pretty damn cool.
Played one night and said, I beat yous. And then the next night he goes, yeah, see, now I'm winning for you. And he beat his teammates from the night before. That's
nice.
Cool. Yeah, so I broadcast those. You know what I'm going to have to do, Eric? I'm going to have to dig in next time I'm down my hometown. I'm going to have to see them. I don't even know if I've got any of these game tapes anymore. I must have them somewhere.
You probably got them somewhere, huh?
Yeah, I got to dig them out. We're getting to a stage in my life I should bring back those like 35 years ago. Games where, guys are now retired and big memorable events. Yeah, I might break some out, let you hear them.
All right, what happened to Cleveland?
You want me to do that one?
Yeah, that's you.
Well, it's always a great day for a ball game in Kansas City. Unfortunately for the Royal fans, your team was on the road today. Kansas City Royals and the Guardians hooked up in the first of two. It was a 4-3 game. And let me take a look at any particular stats. Witt Jr., home run. And the final score is 4-3. So a deciding run. Bobby Witt's good, another good young talent too, isn't he?
Oh, man, the kid is going to be something.
Yeah.
In Pittsburgh, holy crap, the Cubs destroyed the Pirates. Dansby Swanson punctuates the Cubs' big inning with a grand slam. 18-8, 21 hits. Holy crap, what happened?
Yeah, I'll tell you what happened, Derek. Guys got on base, and for the first time since 1913,
say that
the
again.
Chicago Cubs stole 8 bases.
Wow. 8 bases.
8 bases. Our old buddy who stole some the other day, Pete Armstrong Crow. He had 3 stolen bases himself.
That kid is electric. That
8 first time since 1913 that you had 8 bases swiped in a game like that.
Wow. What happened in Philly, Glenn?
In Philadelphia today. Well, much closer game. I'll give you that. It was a 3-2 final. The game went to how many innings? It went, I believe, to the 10th, Eric. Final in 10. Bryce Harper had an RBI single in the 10th off Josh Hader. That lifted the Phillies past the Astros by a final score of 3-2. An extra inning affair today in Philadelphia.
All right. In game 2 in Cleveland, Royals won again. Beat the Guardians 9-4. Look at that. They had a tough time against the Phillies, but they're taking it to the Guardians. Won both games of a doubleheader. Looks like Salvi Perez, man, still doing it. Second dinger of the game was a grand slam. Hey, let's take a look at it. How about that? You want to take a look at it?
Want to take a look?
Let's take a look.
That volume off. There we go.
There we go.
Oh,
let's wait for the ad. Wait for the ad. We'll watch about 10 seconds of it, and then we'll kill it.
Please, carry on amongst yourselves while we wait.
Yeah, exactly.
Talk amongst yourselves. All right.
Here we go. Boom. Oh, he crushed that one.
Rocket?
Look at that.
Isn't that a rocket launch?
Yeah, he crushed it. Look at that. Salvi Perez with a grand slam. How about that?
You know the only guy who can do that in our roster? Whose swing is that? To me, that's Ramos.
Yeah.
He's the only guy who can hit a ball like that.
Yeah. Yep.
Now, mind you, we can hit home runs. We've got Chapman who can hit a few. Fitzgerald was on a bit of a tear. He slowed down. But the ball jumping off the bat like that, that was a Ramos swing.
Yep.
That's what I'm excited for, a full season of Ramos next year. Another all-star season for him, Eric.
There you go. Yankees at Nationals.
5-2. Yankees get their 78th win of the season. Aaron Judge, if he ain't cracking him over the fence, he's bringing him back. He made a spectacular home run robbery. Can we view that one as well?
Yeah, talk about it a little bit more, and then we can get into it.
I would like to see how that one unfolded because, he had in the past week, he's had a couple of games with 2 home run shots in the single game. Well, today, Eric, it's a different side of the story as he was taking away home run balls.
Let's see this.
And here's the pitch. Swung on. Drive deep to center field. Judge.
Oh,
he got it. He got it.
Oh, did he double him off? He doubled him off.
Did.
Oh, wow.
And
the captain.
Who was on the bases, crap. Eric?
That looked like James Woods.
Was it?
That looked like James Woods. Yeah.
He looked like he was hustling back. Man, that was
he thought it was gone. He probably thought he's either going to be off the wall or over the fence. Wow. Fantastic.
Never underestimate Aaron Judge. And that right there, Eric, is why he is not playing in our ballpark. We don't get guys like that, Eric.
And then the actual game, not the suspended game in Boston, Blue Jays won 7-3 against the Red Sox. Look at that. Look at that. George Springer puts the Blue Jays ahead with a 3-run shot. How about that?
Was that the second game?
That was the second game. Well, the actual game. The other one was the continuation from a game back in June.
Second of 2 that were played today.
Yeah.
Almost 2 full games. The other one was, I think, suspended in the first or second inning, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I always get these ones. Thanks a lot, Eric. Braves over the Twins. It's a game we want to know what happened in, right? 10-6. All I know is it was played at Target Field in Minneapolis. Hang on, I got to do some homework for you.
Oh, that's all good. It's all good.
No, I've got the update here. Max Fried was the winning pitcher, 8-7 in the 10-6 victory. And as far as the Atlanta Braves, are you ready for this, Eric? Talk about a line. A batter who's hitting .237 had a huge day. Whit Merrifield, the second baseman, 5 for 5.
Holy crap, man.
Matt Olson, 3 for 5. And Ozuna, 2 for 4.
Braves are doing it, man.
Wow.
Oh, wow. That means they expanded their lead in the wild card. We'll get into the standings right after this. Padres take it to the Cardinals. They beat the Cardinals in St. Louis 7-4. Looks like Machado hit a monster of a shot, 420 feet. Yeah. Wow. And then this one, does it even matter? The last two.
Victor Torkelson had a 3-run home run. Tigers win 6-3.
Yeah, Marlins. Rockies beat the Marlins. Blah blah blah. Mariners won. Look
Mariners
at that.
won 5-1 over the Rays, so they're getting some bats going down the street. You know what? They made that move. Fired the manager.
Yeah. Yes, they did, and they've won. They've won 3 of their last 4. And you know who hit a home run today? Scott was talking about it yesterday. Rosarena hit a home run for the Mariners. So maybe they're starting to heat up. Maybe they're starting to heat up.
Rosarena hit one out, did he?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, and so did Polanco.
Look at that. The bats are waking up. All right, here we go. The standings. Diamondbacks, again, still at top of the wild card in the first position. Second position, you got the Padres, of course. Then there's the Braves. 3 games ahead of the Mets. 5.5 ahead of the Giants. 5.5 ahead of the Cubs. 6 ahead of the Cardinals. So it looks like the Braves are solidifying that 3rd spot. No doubt about it. That's what it seems like.
Jesus, are we back at 500, Eric? Can we just give up this fantasy as well? Every night I think my microwave's about to blow up too. Do you hear that in the other room?
Yeah, I heard it. Beep,
okay.
beep, beep,
so it's not just me.
It's not just you.
All right.
And that is your...
if I bail under the table here, you'll know something's given.
Nice.
Yeah, I keep you.
All right. I guess before we get out of here, let's talk about the upcoming game.
Oh, you're ready to blow out of here? Good. All right. Tomorrow, we open up a series up against Milwaukee Brewers. That one in Milwaukee, so a little bit earlier of a start for us, Eric. In fact, what is the start time for tomorrow's game? You know?
Yeah, what is the start time?
I'm just bringing it up here myself.
They're what? Are they 2 hours or 3 hours? I think they're 2 hours ahead.
I think it's 2 hours ahead, Eric. Yep. So tomorrow we've got San Francisco against the Milwaukee Brewers. Yeah, 2 hour difference. So that one will get underway at 5:10 in the Bay Area on KMBR Radio and NBC Sports. You've got a 500 ball club, San Francisco, with Logan Webb on the hill up against Tobias Myers, who's 6-5. Milwaukee, they've actually got 9 more wins there, big 9 wins there, 75-55 at American Family Field.
Yep.
Tomorrow going to be a cloudy day in Milwaukee. Do they have a dome now? Milwaukee, don't they have a dome? Don't they have a roof on their stadium?
They got a roof.
Yeah. It says here, weather conditions, 84 Fahrenheit, winds out to right to left, actually. The wind's crosswind tomorrow, but really doesn't matter if I wasn't sure. Is it a permanent dome or can they
No, it's one of those retractable ones that open up a little bit weird, but yeah.
I don't mind that. Get a little bit of indoor-outdoor. I don't mind that. Then you never get a rain out.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in one when they close it? And I have in Toronto at the Sky Dome, the Rogers Center, and watch that thing close. It takes about a half an hour, but
it takes a while. Huh?
It looks like it's on. It is. It's on rails, with like a series of train wheels, so it doesn't go off the track, and it goes around the track in the dome. It's really freaking cool. And the other thing that's cool about watching a game in Toronto, Eric, is you almost, when you look up, it's like you got vertigo. You'll fall over when you look up, and right above you
is the tower,
the CN Tower.
Yeah,
and it looks like it's like right out of the stadium. It's really neat.
That's cool. Yeah. Robert says, I'll let you know, Glenn and Eric, my junior college baseball coach is a former big leaguer, Bobby Hill, sometime if you want to have him on. Right on. Appreciate that, Robert.
Bobby Hill.
Look at that.
Right on.
Nice.
Robert.
Michael thinks, I'm afraid we'll only win 1 in Milwaukee. That's what I'm thinking.
What I'm thinking.
That's what I'm thinking.
Eric, I'm thinking we win 2.
2?
I still think we win. It's a 3-game series. I think we finish the road trip. Eric, this is a
You're going to win a series?
It's a 500 team, Eric.
No way. There's no way.
A 500 team all year. I think they go 500.
With Birdsong and Harrison going with Webb in the middle? I don't see it.
Webb pitches tomorrow.
Wait, who's pitching tomorrow? I thought it was Birdsong. I thought it was Birdsong, Webb, and Harrison. Am I wrong?
It's Logan. You weren't listening to me. Wow. Logan Webb plays Tobias Myers tomorrow at 5:10.
Interesting. Okay.
I can take a look. Want me to look at? Might as well take a look quickly at the matchup. Wednesday, you've got Oh, isn't this interesting? See, Eric? Tomorrow, the MLB app says Logan Webb and Tyler Myers. Or not Tyler Myers, Tobias Myers.
Tobias.
Okay, that's tomorrow. Webb, Myers. Wednesday, Kyle Harrison and Freddie Peralta.
Okay.
Then Thursday, the final game in the 3-game series, Birdsong and Savali.
Okay, so you're saying you still think they're going to win the series?
2 out of 3.
Okay.
Yeah,
I say they win one.
Team.
I say 100 or 100. I say they win one game. I think they go 2-4 on this road trip.
They should have won Eric. They should have won 2 out of 3 in Seattle.
Yeah, but this is a better hitting team than Seattle. I don't see it. I just don't. I could be wrong, but I don't see it.
But the Giants are a 500. I'm gonna hedge my bet on we're a 500 team. We go 500 on the trip.
All righty then.
There we go. Robert DeVille. See, Robert's always got my back. Webb and Harrison, Tuesday, Wednesday. We're winning 2. Webb and Harrison. Yeah. Then Birdsong, the last one there.
1. Uno. Oh my goodness.
Hey, by the way, I didn't want to get into it. You know, it's not our thing. I let other channels talk about it, and they have their in-depth review of it. But I felt bad how the Little League World Series ended.
Oh, wasn't it a bad throw to the first baseman? Threw it out to right field or something?
Pitcher fielded it, spun, and I do the same thing. Fielded it, and when he threw it at first base, second baseman didn't cover it. There was no one there. The ball went right out into down the line.
Oops.
And cost them the game. So that is our epitome of Saturday afternoon wide world of sports.
Yep.
Thrill of victory and the
agony of defeat.
Oftentimes, I feel worse for the team that loses.
I know, especially like that.
Team that wins.
Especially like that. That's tough, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, man.
Eric, anytime I watch a big game, like a World Series or something, when something's on the line, Eric, maybe it's just me, I'm a softie, but you see the team wins the Super Bowl or wins a World Series, and then I'm not as like, yeah, for the guys who won it. I'm feeling bad for the guys who lost. And especially every major sporting event in the losing game, they always go to the dressing room to talk to the manager who's just lost.
Yeah, that's tough.
Imagine the guy who's got to do the interview.
I know.
You know, sorry for being a moron, but I got to do the interview. And like, you think these guys want to talk to NBC or CBS after the game? No. But anyway, I feel bad for it. It was a tough way to lose yesterday, but
it was.
You know, did you ever play Little League, Eric?
No, I played some basketball when I was in elementary school, ran some track, played a lot of soccer. That was it.
Yeah, I wasn't very good at soccer. I played ball. I was a good ball player. Played a lot of basketball and
a lot of hockey.
And did pretty good at hockey. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. The old voices helped me out. I've made a career out of talking, Eric. So what, my wife keeps saying, my God, if anybody was born to work in the media, talk. It's me. Well, you're doing pretty good yourself, young
Not
fella.
too bad. Yeah, I liked it. My wife says the same thing. I talk too much. So
she puts up with me, though. She's the better half of this equation. All right, what time are we going on tomorrow night?
Tomorrow, it sounds like we might go on right around our normal time, maybe a little bit earlier. If it's a 5:10 start, it may go to around 6:30ish, 6:40, or no, 7:30, right? It's around 7:30.
I say we go at 8.
Go at 8. Okay, we'll just go at 8. Yeah,
the game's going to be. If we get lucky, the game's over at 7:30. So usual time keeps it simple for our guys out there in the chat. Love you guys. The regulars were in. We had a few unfamiliar faces drop by. You guys are always welcome.
Yep.
We don't always get to all the comments, but eventually we do. We won't forget you. I don't know what else to add, Eric. We got a good turnout.
Good turnout tonight, just for no post game. Yeah, appreciate the support, guys. You guys are awesome. You guys are what make the show. Website should be coming online hopefully soon. So it was up and then it went down because it's getting some stuff worked on. But it should be back up shortly. You guys can continue to turn in your contest because, again, we're giving away that Logan Webb jersey here shortly. So we'll keep you informed on what's going on.
Yeah, it's going to be a busy week of ball. We've got the Milwaukee Brewers for 3. We've got an off day today. Hey, next weekend, Miami Marlins. Doesn't sound very exciting, but it will be Sunday, Eric, when you and I stroll through those front gates.
All right, there we go. September 1st. If you guys got nothing going on, take a stroll out to Oracle Park. It's an afternoon game. And we will we'll meet whoever shows up and then catch in the game. And then I'll head back. I know you're going to have an ELO concert, right? ELO?
Eric's buying. Eric's buying. I'm a cheap date. Yeah, I think we got ELO Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Right Wednesday night, Eric.
What's Wednesday?
This Wednesday? I may be putting out a call for a fill-in on Wednesday. I've got Def Leppard.
Ooh, Def Leppard on Wednesday.
I've got Journey and the Steve Miller Band at Oracle Park.
Oh, you're going to go see that. Nice. Nothing wrong with that.
Triple header. I told Bernice, I said, well, I could leave early. That didn't go over well.
It's all good, man. I could take it. Not a big deal.
I don't like doing that. I said, I hate, I'll feel naked. I'm like, I don't want to miss the show. I'm going to keep my.
Hey, we're at the concert. Just have me streaming out there.
This is our second month of the show. Or literally, second month begins today.
Yep.
We were on for a month as of last night. The month flew by. Had a lot of fun with these guys in the chat. And before we go, guys, you think this is a whole lot of fun. We got a new channel coming real soon, and it is going to be the biggest thing to hit the Bay Area sports on YouTube ever.
Coming soon, Northern California's newest home for the best sports coverage. The evolution of Bay Area sports. The Golden State Warriors, San Francisco Giants, San Jose Sharks, the 49ers, sports commentary, and more. Start your day and end your day with the Bay Area's best sports coverage. All sports, all year long. Coming soon. A Northern Lights Entertainment production.
So we're keeping that under our hat. Details to come real soon. Eric, we'll see you tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. Guys and gals, you up early. We are on tomorrow morning. We have the preview show at 7 a.m. It's available on your YouTube for your convenience whenever perhaps you get out of bed or you get to the office and the boss isn't around. You can tickle those keyboards. And we hope you'll join us for the morning show as we preview the Giants in Milwaukee. Tomorrow night, Eric, we will do it right here, 8 p.m.
Sounds great. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. Woo!
Bye, Mom.
You've been watching Giant Sports Talk Live with Eric and Glenn, a Northern Lights Entertainment Broadcasting production.